Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Curse of Oak Island preview. The team hope to shut down flood tunnels and find the money pit. On this week's episode of The Curse of Oak Island, the team attempts to do what searchers have failed to do for more than 200 years. Find the flood tunnels and shut off the water supply so they can uncover the money pit once and for all. Last week's episode saw most of the excitement centered around the discovery of an 18th century bracket in the swamp. The guys took Gary Drayton's find to blacksmith expert Carmen Legg, who assured them that the artifact was from a ship and dated from 1710-1790. This mounting evidence suggests a ship could be buried in the swamp. Carmen said the bracket had been in a fierce fire, and so the guys have a theory that a ship laden with treasure arrived at the island, and someone set it on fire in an attempt to hide and bury it. Jack Begley's final words on last week's episode were that there have got to be more pieces of the ship in the swamp. Therefore, we can reasonably expect the guys to continue with some more excavating of the swamp this week, even as the focus shifts more towards locating the flood tunnels. The continuing search for flood tunnels. The History Channel's preview for this week's The Curse of Oak Island suggests we can also expect more digging in the uplands in the new episode. Marty Lagina, his son Alex, and Gary began digging there last week in an attempt to find the flood tunnels and perhaps cut off the water supply. They could very well be successful as they came across a lot of wood, which indicated the presence of a large structure such as a tunnel or shaft. This week's official episode description states, "The team may be closer than ever to shutting down the flood tunnels when they discover large amounts of coconut fiber in the uplands. So we can expect the diggers to continue as the team focus their attention on fresh ground in the uplands. It's always exciting when there's fresh territory to dig, and according to the preview, they do discover something that Gary thinks could be a tunnel. What's Gary Drayton found this week?" Meanwhile, Gary Drayton's find of the week seems to be some kind of metal spike. He's back with Carmen Legg, who appears to be suggesting that this is another artifact from an old ship. Also in the preview, we see the guys huddled around the table in the war room, as an expert's voice can be heard to say, "Wasn't like anything I'd seen before, looks like human hair, to be honest." This begs the question, what have the guys found that looks like, and could be, human hair? This episode has been called Shirley Templar, so it's likely we can expect more theories relating to the Knights Templar. Either way, this looks to be another very exciting week on Oak Island. The Curse of Oak Island has captivated audiences for years with its blend of history, mystery, and relentless quest for hidden treasure. The legendary money pit, reputed to contain untold riches, has tantalized treasure hunters for over 2 centuries. This season, the team embarks on their most ambitious project yet, shutting down the notorious flood tunnels that have thwarted countless previous attempts, and finally uncovering the secrets of the money pit. As the new season begins, the island is bathed in the golden light of early morning. Rick and Marty Lagina, the intrepid brothers at the helm of the search, stand on the edge of the money pit site, their eyes scanning the terrain that has become almost like a second home. The mood is one of cautious optimism. They've been here before, on the brink of discovery, only to have their hopes dashed by the island's treacherous conditions. This year, however, they have a new plan, a bold strategy that could change the course of their quest. The flood tunnels, intricate and insidious, have long been the bane of every treasure hunter on Oak Island. These tunnels, believed to have been constructed by the original creators of the money pit to protect their treasure, flood the excavation site whenever someone gets too close. This season, the team aims to locate and seal these tunnels, cutting off the water that has stymied their efforts for so long. To do this, they have brought in advanced technology and experts from around the world. Geophysical surveys, ground-penetrating radar, and seismic testing will play crucial roles in pinpointing the exact locations of the flood tunnels. The team has also enlisted the help of marine engineers, whose expertise in underwater construction could prove invaluable in the effort to block these subterranean passages. As the project gets underway, the first step is to map out the network of tunnels. The ground-penetrating radar, GPR equipment mounted on a sturdy ATV, sweeps methodically over the ground. The GPR can detect anomalies beneath the surface, revealing the telltale signs of human-made tunnels. The team huddles around a monitor, watching the data come in, each beep and blip potentially signifying a breakthrough. "Look at this," says Dr. Ian Spooner, a geologist who has become a familiar face on the island. He points to a section of the screen where the GPR has detected a series of parallel lines. These could be the main flood tunnels. If we can confirm their locations, we can plan our next move. The excitement is palpable, but tempered by the knowledge that the island has a way of springing surprises. Even with this promising lead, the team must proceed with caution. They decide to drill a series of exploratory boreholes to confirm the presence of the tunnels. The drilling rig, a towering machine capable of piercing deep into the earth, roars to life, and the first borehole is sunk. As the drill bites into the ground, the team holds its collective breath. Hours pass, marked by the rhythmic thump of the drill and the occasional murmur of conversation. Finally, the drill reaches its target depth, and a core sample is brought to the surface. The sample is laid out on a table, and the team gathers around. "Here," says Dr. Spooner, pointing to a section of the core. "This sediment is different. It's finer, almost like it's been washed in by water. This could be the wall of the tunnel." With this evidence in hand, the team's confidence grows. They begin drilling additional boreholes, each one confirming the presence of the tunnels. Armed with this information, they move to the next phase of their plan, sealing the tunnels. This is no small task. The tunnels are deep and the island's geology is complex. The team decides to use a combination of grout and inflatable plugs to block the tunnels. The grout, a special mixture designed to harden underwater, will fill the tunnels, while the plugs will provide an immediate seal, stopping the flow of water. As the grout is pumped into the first tunnel, the team watches anxiously. The process is slow and meticulous, requiring constant monitoring. For hours they work, the sun climbing higher in the sky, and then beginning its descent. Finally, the first tunnel is sealed. The team cheers, but their celebration is brief. There are still more tunnels to deal with, and the money pit awaits. With the flood tunnels shut down, the focus shifts back to the money pit itself. Excavation resumes, this time without the constant threat of flooding. The team digs deeper than ever before, unearthing layers of history. Old tools, fragments of wood, and other artifacts emerge, each one a piece of the island's enigmatic puzzle. Then one day the excavator hits something solid. The team gathers, excitement and tension crackling in the air. Carefully they dig around the obstruction, revealing a large wooden structure. It's unlike anything they've seen before, massive timbers interlocked with precision. "This could be it," Rick whispers, his voice filled with awe. "We might have found the original construction of the money pit." With renewed vigor, the team works to expose more of the structure. As they do, they uncover more artifacts, ancient tools, scraps of parchment, and tantalizingly, what appears to be a chest. The chest is carefully lifted from its resting place, and the team gathers around as it is opened. Inside, they find coins, jewelry, and other treasures, but more importantly, they find clues, documents that might reveal the true story of Oak Island and its enigmatic creators. The excitement is electric. The team feels they are closer than ever to unraveling the island's mysteries. As the season progresses, the team continues their work, driven by the promise of discovery and the thrill of the hunt. They know that Oak Island has more secrets to reveal, and they are determined to uncover them all. This season of The Curse of Oak Island promises to be the most thrilling yet, as the team shuts down the flood tunnels and delves deeper into the money pit than ever before. Will they finally uncover the treasure that has eluded so many, or will the island's secrets remain hidden for another year? One thing is certain, the journey will be unforgettable.